Hello, hello, hello. Welcome everyone to this webinar brought to you by ARIA National's Membership Services Committee. As a member of ARIA, you are interested in increasing homeownership for the AAPI communities, networking, building relationships, and your business. And as your Member Services Committee Chair, I am dedicated to working with our committee to continue to increase your ARIA membership value. I have to credit Ritu, our 21 ARIA National Commercial Committee Chair, for connecting and exploring CompStak last year. And I'm excited to say that we have officially partnered with them in offering ARIA members an incredible new benefit. Let me introduce Lucy Burt, Director of Market Development at CompStak, who is here to tell you all about how to use CompStak. Take it away, Lucy.
Wonderful. Thanks so much, Dan. Really excited to be here. As Dan mentioned, my name is Lucy Burt and I am with CompStak. So really just excited to tell you guys all about the platform and how you can best utilize it in your day-to-day work, as well as the wonderful benefit that we have put together for you guys through our partnership. So gonna go ahead and share my screen to give everyone just a quick overview of what we are about. Oops, give me just a second. There we go. Give the overview of really what the platform is about, what the company does, and then we'll take a deeper dive into the platform itself and really go through some of the features and how you guys can best utilize it. So just to get started, what is CompStak? At our core, CompStak provides nationwide commercial real estate insight through our verified commercial lease comps, sales comps, and property details platform. There are two sides to our platform. The first side is for commercial real estate brokers, appraisers, and researchers. This side of the platform is entirely free because it works as an exchange of data. You share a lease or sales comp, you earn credits for sharing that lease or sales comp, and then you can utilize those credits to access other lease and sales comps on the platform. The other side of the platform is called Enterprise. This is a paid subscription model. This side of the platform is for individuals in the commercial real estate realm that are in need of commercial real estate lease and sales comps, but don't have access to trade those and don't fall under the brokerage or appraisal umbrella. So these clients are banks, REITs, developers, landlords. So really two sides to the platform there. And this presentation is mainly going to focus on exchange, again, for brokers and appraisers, but happy to connect any of our enterprise potential clients with our enterprise team after this call and in the future. So moving on to the next slide, just to reiterate, all the commercial real estate lease and sales comp data, as well as property data on our platform, is coming directly from verified commercial real estate professionals actively working on deals in each market. So those are the brokers, appraisers, and researchers. All the data is coming directly from you guys. To reiterate just the ecosystem of how the exchange works, as a user, you submit a fully executed commercial lease comp or sales comp. Submitting that earns you credits, and then you're able to redeem those credits to unlock other comps on the platform. All these comps coming from you guys, we don't just take at face value. We do put every comp we receive through a multi-step verification process to ensure that they are reliable and accurate for you guys. So the first step of that process being our artificial intelligence. It's a proprietary computer algorithm that was created when the company started. So it takes every comp you share and goes through that system, taking into consideration, what is the space type? What is the square footage? Where is this comp? Where was this comp done geographically? The algorithm looks for any red flags or outliers. And then from there is sent to our data team for analyst review. Our data team is actually the largest team in the company, and they hand comb through any of these comps that have those anomalies or red flags. Additionally, looking for the answers and making sure they're accurate and reliable. Last step is community regulation. So in our primary markets, we are receiving these lease comps on an average of 5 times. So really ensuring that if one individual sends that lease comp to us, we receive it again, we can compare the numbers and, at our last chance, be able to say, yep, all these have checked out, everything is accurate, and you're good to go. We process over 60,000 transactions per month Really just wanted to put this up there for you guys to realize that we are consistently and constantly bringing in recent data to help you guys with the recent deals that you're working on. We have nationwide coverage. So we are in over 100 markets, 1,000 submarkets, and 12,000 cities. So all over the place for you. Last but not least, going to jump into the actual platform and give you guys a quick demo. So let me change my screen quickly here. And also wanted to take this time to say, please, as we are going through this demo, if there are any questions, please put them in the chat. And I'm going to take them as I see them. And if we don't get to any of them through the presentation, we can answer them afterwards. But definitely want this to be interactive and don't want there to be any apprehension or questions as I'm going through this. So want to answer those for you guys. All right. So what you're looking at now is what the platform will look like when you pull it up. So right now I'm in the New York City market. As I mentioned earlier, we are nationwide coverage, so you can easily toggle over to this left-hand side to jump into the specific market that you are working within. Main thing to really point out here is that you have to be in a particular market within a state. You can't see all the lease and sales comps in a state at one time. So just to clarify and give an example, scrolling down to New York, you click on New York, you can see that there are multiple markets within the actual New York listing here. So we're going to stay in New York City. And from there, the tool is really meant to act as a search and refining tool for you. Up here, you're able to just choose a certain map view. So if you wanted to draw a polygon around a certain area where a client is looking for a certain type of space, you could say we only want to be in this area of Manhattan and I only want to see the comps that are here. You can see that this number continues to go down as I narrow my search. So just really helping you get more granular in the specific type of comp that you're looking for. Additionally, you can jump into a particular submarket. We have all these submarkets listed here that you can jump into. Scrolling down, going to more filters is where you can get very granular. So jumping into, is there a certain street address that you're looking on? Is there a certain zip code that you're trying to search within? Space type, obviously being the biggest. So let's say we're just looking for office space. You can click just office. Going down, you can lay out what's a particular starting rent that you're trying to search within. Is it 5,000 to 8,000? Is it 1,000, 2,000? What does that look like? You can put that in there. You can specify by square footage. Excuse me, I was saying starting rent for square footage. So you can put the square footage right here as well. How recent does this deal need to be? Does it need to be of execution in the past 6 months, the past year, 2 years? What does that execution date look like? You can lay that out right here. So really a myriad of options for you as you're trying to get very granular and specific for the particular comp that you're looking for. Let's say you're doing a search for office space in lower Manhattan pretty consistently. That's the area that you work in most often. You can save that search. And that just means that anytime a new comp is added to the platform that meets the criteria that you laid out over here, you will receive an email alert. The email alert just saying, hey, there's been a new deal added that might be helpful for you. Go check out CompStak. Just a handy way that you don't have to be hopping on the platform every day to see what's new, because we do add hundreds of comps every day to the markets. I'm gonna pause and see if we have any questions coming through. I think we are good right now. Wonderful. So after you lay out all the criteria on the left-hand side over here, you go over to refine in the right-hand corner, that blue button, and click refine. This is now going to pull up all the lease comps that match the criteria that you laid out. So these are going to be comps that will be helpful for the search that you just did. You can always see a handful of fields before you unlock a comp using your credits. You can always see the tenant name, the street address, the quarter that the deal was done, the space type, city. You'll see a range for the square footage. When you unlock a comp using your credits, that's when you will get the exact square footage. From there, you'll start seeing these padlocks and these dashes. The padlocks represent that column header, that piece of information is going to be available to you when you unlock the full comp. The dash means that it was not included when it was submitted to us and therefore isn't going to populate when you unlock the comp. I really just point that out because let's say you run your search, you get down to 3 comps that you're looking at, and you absolutely need to know something like the rent bump percentage. You're going to want to unlock this full comp opposed to this full comp because this has a dash right there. Wonderful. Oh, I'm seeing a question. All right. Besides members' input of stats, where do you get the information of properties comps from? It is all lease and sales comps, all lease comps are coming directly from users. We're not taking any data from listings and turning those into comps. It is solely from you guys. For sales comps, we do pull public record data for any sales that is 1.5 million sale price and above. So it is a mixture of user contributed data as well as public record data on our sales comp side. That public record data on the sales comps will not take any credits to unlock. That is always visible and available to you to utilize. And next question is, what steps are required to verify the data is from a licensed broker? So the first step is when you apply for an account, we verify that you are a licensed broker or appraiser. From there, when you start to submit data, we touched on this a little bit in the beginning. Every comp goes through a proprietary computer algorithm, ensuring that there aren't any red flags or anomalies. If there are any issues, it is then sent to our data team. The data team hand combs through these comps and doing some additional research, trying to find the answers and see what the anomaly or issue was. It is then sent to someone like myself on the team to reach out and say, Milton, you're a phenomenal user. You've always submitted good data. Your most recent submission, there seem to be a couple of outliers. I just want to make sure that you exported it correctly. Maybe this decimal ended up in the wrong place. Really just ensuring that this information is accurate and reliable. I am going to go back to the screen now. And as I left off, just saying, you know, the padlocks and dashes represent where the information is that you'll be able to see. So I'm going to go ahead and click on one of these to show all of you the process of unlocking the comp. So I'm going to click just on this line item. I do a double check. This is the address I want to see. This is the tenant name that I was looking for. That's the range of square footage I was trying to find. Now I click unlock. That's going to take 30 credits from my credit bank. And I will dive all into the credit system here in just a little bit. So if we can hold questions on that, but I promise, get much clarity on that for you. But that took 30 credits. It unlocks the comp. And now everything that was previously locked is yours to keep. So all that important information of the square footage, the starting rent, you're seeing what free rent was included, as well as the tenant improvements listed there. Was it a sublease? No. So really quite a bit of detail for you there. As I had mentioned earlier, we do receive these comps on an average of 5 times. You can always see up here in the left-hand corner how many times we've received that comp to really help you ensure the reliability for you guys. So we've received this one twice. From there, how do you get this off the platform? You can easily export it into Excel, export it into PDF. PDF is definitely a fan favorite because it's very customizable. You can add your specific company logo, who you're preparing this report for, any notes that you maybe want to include, and then I'll show that overview of the lease comp here. You can easily remove this cover page if you don't want it, and then you have the individual lease comp right here that you can share. Easily export. All these fields are also editable. So if there's a piece of information that you're not wanting to send to a client, you can easily remove that piece of information by clicking there and just backspacing, and it will take it right off for you. And you can export just pressing that. So that is really the long and short of the lease comp section. I'm going to click out of this and start a new search and click on the sales tab. Sales comps work almost identically to the lease portion. You have the exact same map features over here, jumping into the submarkets or putting a particular radius or polygon filter on there. You can click down to more filters, and really the main difference is that you're just going to have filters that pertain to sales comps. So seeing, what's the year built, what's the building name, again, being able to specify by property type, really myriad of options again for you here. The piece that I did want to point out to you guys was the data source, like I was mentioning earlier. Right now, if you don't specify anything, you will see a mixture of public record data as well as CompStak data from our users. You can specify right here if you only want to see data that have come from CompStak users, or if you only want to see public record data. As many of you know that are working with sales comps, sometimes public record data can be very bare. So I just like to clarify that if you see public record data that maybe all the fields aren't filled out, that's why. But again, it will never take you any credits to access. It will always be available to you. All right, jumping from the sales tab, again, just to reiterate, we are on the leases tab, we jump to sales. I'm going to highlight the My CompStak tab. So clicking on My CompStak, you can click into My Comps. This My Comp section really serves as your internal database. So this is where any comps that you've shared with us, as well as any comps that you have unlocked on the platform will live. So you can always come back to them. These comps never disappear. They're always yours to keep and always available to you. So you could come in here. This is the comp we just unlocked. You can check off multiple at a time and export again into Excel or PDF to really create that report. So definitely an extremely handy organizational tool. If there is an internal comp system that you guys are utilizing, much better than keeping something in multiple desktop files. That always lives in here, everything you've uploaded and everything you've unlocked. All right, so to the star of the show, really digging into how do you get credits. So again, just to reiterate, you exchange your comps for credits. We try to make it as easy as possible for you to share your data with us. So there's no data entry. We take your comps in whatever format they're in, whether they're PDF, Excel file, in a Word document. You can save that file and just click this green button that says upload files and get credits. That's going to go to your desktop and it will upload the comp for you. Either if it's one comp or 1,000 comps, you can upload as many at a time. Those will upload and we will take care of the rest. Doing the review and ensuring they're reliable. All you have to do is upload them right there. Let's say you did a deal, you don't have it written down anywhere, but it's just in your head. You can also manually enter that comp by clicking that blue button. You can put in all the details right here. I also want to pause and highlight that the platform is entirely anonymous. So any comp that you submit, as well as just the fact that you're utilizing the platform, we never reveal that unless you're singing from the rooftop saying, I love CompStak, you guys please use my name, which happens quite often because people do love utilizing the platform. But if there is any concern, you don't want people knowing that you're using us, no worries, always anonymous. But circling back to the credit system, when you do submit a comp to us, you just have to make sure that it includes the required fields. This is the bare minimum amount of information that must be included when you submit a commercial lease comp or sales comp to us. So you can see on the lease comp side, you must include full address, tenant name, the space type, the square footage, the starting rent. And then down here, it can be execution or commencement, and then lease term or expiration date. On the sales comp side, everything from full address, true buyer, true seller, to the transaction date, transaction size, and then price per square foot. Again, that is the bare minimum information. All those fields must be included in order for you to earn credits. Our comps are evaluated in 3 buckets, and it's how much information is in them and how recent they are. So on top of these required fields, if you can include these premium fields, that is going to increase the amount of credits you can receive. So on a lease comp, everything from TI to free rent, transaction type, that will increase the amount of credits you get, as well as on a sales comp, cap rate, NOI, operating expenses. So you can see down here the 3 buckets. You will receive 30 credits for a comp if the comp contains the required fields, 2 of those premium fields, and it's been executed in the past year. It goes down to 25 credits if it does not include both of those premium fields. If it just has 1, it's going to be 25. And then down to 5 credits if the comp is older than a year of execution. So still extremely helpful data, but as many of you know, the more recent, the better, and the more helpful for the deals that you're doing. Additionally, when you go to unlock a comp, this is how they will be priced out, if you will. It'll take 30 credits to unlock a comp that has this level of information and this level of recency. So always keep that in mind. And then any comp that is expired will just take one credit. So if that tenant's moved out and there's a new lease in place, but we still have the data on that old comp, that will just take 1 credit to unlock. All right, I'm seeing a question up here, so let me scroll up there for you. Question was, does this have to be your deal that you did? It does not have to be the deal that you did. It can be any comp that comes across your desk, any comp that you hear about in the market. Mentioned you do not have to include your name on there. You can include who the tenant brokerage or who the landlord brokerage was, but it does not have to be a deal that you did. It can be anything that comes across your desk. All right, keep them coming. This is really the long and short of the platform. I can dive deeper into any questions around this if this makes sense. We can re-highlight some things. All right, Milton is 1 upload, 1 credit. So when you share a comp, this is the amount of credits you will receive. You'll receive 30 credits if they have all the required fields and the premium fields and the deal has been done in the past 12 months, or you'll receive 25 or 5 based off, again, what the information is in there, as well as the level of recency. But to also highlight the exciting piece of this, all of you are going to be able to utilize the platform and start interacting with it without ever having to share a comp due to the partnership that we have created with ARIA. So upon signing up for a CompStak exchange account, anyone under the brokerage or appraisal umbrella is going to get the equivalent of 10 free unlocks. So you'll be able to unlock 10 comps on the platform without ever having to share a comp with us. So really just want to be able to have you guys get started, start exploring and understand the benefit of it there. And anybody that would fall on the enterprise side, so if you're in the banking, REIT, developer, landlord realm, we also will provide a free one-on-one consultation with our enterprise team to really understand what the work is that you guys are doing and the use case for the platform and how we can best help you there. Any questions on that partnership benefit? Anything else I can take a deeper dive into here for you guys? Okay, how about unlocks? How many credits per unlock? So as you can see, this is what you will earn. I'm going to go back to the leases page and the sales page to show you when you go to unlock a comp, they are listed the same way. They will be 5, 25, or 30. And that means it's the same level of information and recency as you saw on this page over here. So a comp that is listed as 25 credits to unlock means it has all the required fields and was executed within the last year. Anything that costs 30 credits means it was executed in the last year, has required and premium fields in there. And anything that takes 5 credits to unlock means it's just older than a year of execution. And anything that is 1 credit just means it's an expired comp. So might be still helpful if you guys are doing some trends and analysis, but just means that that lease is no longer active. Wonderful. Okay, it sounds like that answered that question. Anybody else? Anything we can continue to touch on or take a deeper dive into here? And Dan and Jessica, I don't know if we want to open this up. People want to vocalize questions. I'm not sure if that's an option, but something I'm definitely open to as well. Tess, no worries. There's no fee if you are under the brokerage or appraisal umbrella. It works as an exchange of data. So you use it as much or as little as you want. You can upload comps on a weekly, monthly, quarterly, yearly basis. Or, just as you see fit, you can hop on here, explore, see if there's a comp you need, and then share a comp to unlock it. If you don't fall under the brokerage or appraisal umbrella, it is a paid subscription model. And that's for individuals that fall under the bank, REIT, developer, landlord party. We've been around for almost 10 years. So our growth we started in New York. Manhattan was the first market we launched, and we worked on Manhattan for about the first 3 years of the company. From there, we're able to launch the Bay Area and grew the Bay Area. And from there, continued throughout the primary markets into the secondary. And now we actually are very excited. We just raised a round and are working to double our headcount. And that headcount is primarily going to be focused on the team like myself. So individuals going out into the market, getting to know you guys, getting to know the deals that are getting done and making this platform publicized to you, and growing the secondary and tertiary markets as well. I'm seeing, can we find comps for residential leases owned by investors? There are no residential lease comps on here. You can find overall, we are going to be launching some multifamily comps in the near future, but at the moment that is not available to you. Yes, Tess, the comps are checked and verified. We touched on this a little bit, and I know you jumped on late. So it goes through a proprietary computer algorithm. It goes through our data team as well as community management to evaluate. We get these comps on an average 5 times in our primary market. So that definitely helps us do our due diligence there. So we are getting the lease data directly from our users. The question was, how are you getting lease data when leases are not public record? As many of you know, the lease comps are hard to find. And so that was really the premise of why this platform was started. Our CEO was a broker. And so he had, a Monday morning meeting every week where his boss was saying, all right, what recent leases have happened in the market? And he's getting on the major monopoly out there trying to find a comp that could help him, that he could bring to the table, but finding that data was very much inaccurate and not always never what he needed. And then he was going around and asking his network. He was just getting started out in brokerage, didn't have much of a network, so also was coming up short. But being in a big firm, he knew a bunch of the individuals that had been working there for a while, had a big network, and were somewhat trading behind the scenes. And basically he said, this is ridiculous. Let's take this behind the scenes trading system, put it online, and keep it free. So not only the massive brokerages of the world have access to this data, we can also help some of the smaller brokerages and individual brokers and appraisers out there, really equalizing the playing field, but still making it a give to get system. So you can't get data unless you're also sharing it, which at the end of the day, you guys know as well as I do, data is the name of the game. And the more information, the more data you can get, the better and faster you're going to be able to close your deals. Someone is just touching again, how do you verify the accuracy of the data? That again is just, we have multi-step verification process of an algorithm, our data team, and then community management. And I'm happy to jump on a call if this continues to be a question for anyone, because I know it's something of high interest for sure. The cap rates question, cap rates computed via CompStak based on numbers or by agent. Those are computed by the agent. So we're getting that cap rate, submitted by the agent. Glenna is asking how to sign up. Can you provide instruction? I would love to. And I know I would love to take some more questions, but I believe we are going to show a slide at the end of this presentation that links to a page on the ARIA website that you can click on the link. It'll just ask you a few questions, first name, last name, email address, the company you're with, and the market you're working within. We will go through, verify that you are part of this organization, the work that you're doing, and then your account, I will email over an activation link for you so you can hop in and the credits will be on your account to utilize through the partnership. I believe the no prevention screens, just same one page. I believe Jessica just put this on there, Dan. You do have to have your ARIA login to access this page. And then there's a question saying this is a free platform to all ARIA members. It is free if you fall under the brokerage or appraisal umbrella in the commercial realm. If you fall under a bank, REIT, developer, landlord, really any commercial real estate professional that doesn't fall under brokerage or appraisal, it is a paid subscription model. Is that clear? The main benefit for the ARIA partnership is that if you fall on the brokerage or appraisal side, you get initial credits to start utilizing the platform, which is really exciting and major, because as you guys know, it's, this information is important and coveted, and for you to be able to access 10 comps without ever having to trade anything is really exciting, and definitely a leg up for you guys. And we're excited to be able to offer that to you. And then on the enterprise side, we provide a free one-on-one consultation with our enterprise team. So we definitely vet the enterprise team, or excuse me, the enterprise client that's coming in, just to ensure, they're using this data for things that we are okay with, and understanding the entire process there. All right, anything else? I know I didn't cover it all, so always happy to jump in deeper into anything else, but Jessica, if we want to go ahead and we can show that last slide. And I will also quickly, before you do that, show my information. So if anybody has questions before they click that link, please reach out to me, give me a call, shoot me an email. I'm always here as a resource. But if you go through the ARIA page and put your information in, I will be the individual reaching out and putting you in touch with the manager of your market, who additionally is here to provide any demos that you want to run through the platform, again, any questions you might have. And then just going forward, they're always here as a resource. If you're out in the field and need help running a search, or in need of an immediate comp, give us a call, shoot us a note. We're really here as a resource and want to be sure that you guys can utilize us.
That was awesome. That was a lot of great information. I am definitely going to use this benefit for myself. So for all ARIA members, here's the screen, how you can sign up for this awesome software. And I don't think I have anything else. But yeah, definitely go to ARIA's website and click on membership benefit after you log in, and you can see all this great information. This is also being recorded, so those who missed most of it, ARIA National will send us out somehow, so you can all kind of review it. But if you have any other questions, feel free to reach out to ARIA or Lucy directly, and we would love to help you. That being said, thank you guys for joining. See you guys at our next event, and look forward to the next benefit coming soon. Thanks, Lucy.
Wonderful. Appreciate it, everyone. Look forward to talking to you.
Bye.